Número 13, Alexa. Número 14, Wade. Hello everyone and welcome to the noisy Paralympico training complex here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It is day 3 of the IWBF U23 Men's World Championship, and our next encounter here is a Group A clash between the host nation Brazil and Australia, and it is a samba-like atmosphere inside the Paralympico training complex. The Brazilian flags are waving, the green and yellow of this proud nation. You see it behind you. It's a carnival atmosphere. There are a slither of Australia fans here in attendance, making their voices heard as well. And we're all set for what will be a bumper encounter, starting fives for the two teams. For Australia, Alexander Blackmore, Ethan Laird, Jackson Gray, Jordan Moritz, and Mitchell Bond. For the host nation, Brazil, pretty much the same starting five they've used in their opening two games. Gabriel Azevedo, Plínio Macedo, João Nascimento, Sergio Junior, and Daniel Pellicer. And you are locked into the IWBF YouTube channel. And if you are from Brazil and you want to watch the game, there is the Portuguese commentary over on the CBBC Brazil YouTube channel. Don't forget to go there, show them some love in what will be a fascinating encounter as the noise deafening inside Sao Paulo. Brazil currently 1-1. They started their campaign with a win over Canada, a hard-fought 10-point victory over Canada, and then they lost out yesterday to Germany. Australia, they had an off day yesterday. They played against Germany on day 1 and lost to the Germans, the European runners-up. Australia, IWBF Asia Oceania champions, won with a perfect 7-0 record, won their games by an average of 50 points in that tournament. As the ball is up and we are underway, and Australia gets the first possession, and here is Jalen Brown. Brown can't hang on. Jalen Brown inserted into the starting five. One of the names I didn't mention in the Australian starting five, so apologies for that, as Sergio Junior has the ball, and Brazil will get their first attack going. Junior, here is Nascimento, and the score for João Nascimento. The Paralympico training complex has come unglued here. Laird, and Ethan Laird is fouled. Ethan Laird, who had 16 points, a team high on day 1 against Germany. Australia only shot 25% from the field in that game. Jalen Brown was held to 3 for 15 from the field. Here he is on the ball. Laird puts up a long 2, and that misses everything. Thank you everyone for joining us on the IWBF YouTube channel. Brazil up 2-0 early doors against the Aussie Spinners. Here is Sergio Junior, misses the free throw line shot. Laird has it, and João Nascimento meets him at mid-court. Here is Brown driving at Pellicer. Brown to the reverse. First field goal for the Aussie Spinners, the Asia Oceania champions, Nascimento. Nascimento goes under the basket, glides and scores. Brazil currently 1-1 in Group A. Australia still waiting to get off the mark. Here is Bond, Brown, and Brown too strong. Australia get their offensive rebound. Brown will have another bite of the cherry, and again, and a foul. The hustle, the determination of Jaylen Brown, and he'll go to the line for a bonus. As mentioned, Jaylen Brown, who struggled on day one against Germany, averaged 23 points and 9 rebounds, 4 assists at the Asia Oceania Championships last year. Actually part of the senior men's team as well in Paris in the summer as João Nascimento buries a mid-range. Australia on the counter, and a whistle has gone. Jaylen Brown will carry the offensive load for Australia, or the majority of it. There are a number of players as well who can put up some points as well for the Aussie Spinners, but the focus of Brazil's defense will be on that man right there, Brown, who has the ball. Passes it inside. That was a beautiful cut to the basket from Mitchell Bond. Ball goes out of bounds. There's Mitchell Bond, who actually played for Australia in the last World Championships in Phuket, Thailand. Here is Brown. Brown puts it in. And Jaylen Brown, 3 of 5, from the field, early doors. And he has all of Australia's points right now. Azevedo. Gabriel Azevedo will slow it down, putting the moves on Bond. Drives to the baseline, Pellicer hangs on. Here is Sergio Junior. And Sergio Junior, who was outstanding on the opening night against Canada, but struggled yesterday against Germany. Here is Bond, led, Brown, wide open, puts up a 3 and laces it. All 9 of Australia's points have come from Jaylen Brown. Here is João Nascimento, bodies on the floor. Ethan Laird gets back up. And the layup is good for Pliao Macedo. Laird to the basket, all the way, misses the layup. Brown collects the loose change, doesn't get it, gets his own rebound, is fouled under the hoop, that won't count. Foul on the floor before the shot went up. As we look at the replay there, beautiful basketball, great off-ball movement from Brazil, and Pliao Macedo with his first field goal. Both Brazil and Australia fans in incredible voice. This is what the Under-23 World Championships are about, as Brown to the basket and a foul. And a timeout called. Australia up 11-10 with 5:29 remaining in the first period. 5:29 remaining in the first period. It's been a very quick, zippy first 5 minutes thus far here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The 8th installment of the Under-23 World Championships. Second time it's being held here in Brazil, and USA and Canada, the most decorated gold medal team. But if you're looking at the most decorated overall medal team in terms of number of medals, then that would go to the Aussie spinners. 5 medals overall, all 5 bronze medals. They would love to cap it off with a gold medal here in Brazil. As the Brazil fans on their feet, Jaylen Brown will head to the line. And if you are a local to Sao Paulo or anywhere else around Brazil and you want to watch the game in Brazilian, then look no further than the CBBC Brazil YouTube channel. Head over there for the Portuguese commentary. Here is Nascimento. Sergio Junior, Australia up by 2. Azevedo from the foul line, that's off to the left, and rebounded and taken by Mitchell Bond. Brown led at the wing, thought about it, Bond gets it instead. Shot clock in single figures for Australia. Laird met by Azevedo, led to the basket, gets fouled, and Ethan Laird will head to the free throw line. Ethan Laird attacking the Brazil front line throughout this first quarter, as Reece Higgins will check in for Australia, and Alexander Blackmore will head to the bench. Ethan Laird averaged 14.7 boards in the Asia Oceania Championships last year. A player who was actually mentored by Australia's first ever 3x3 coach, Nick Such. And obviously doing his first mentor proud. Misses the second free throw, mind, and here is Joel Nascimento. Nascimento inside, Pellicer under the hoop, doesn't get it to fall. Here is Laird. Laird, Bond to the basket. Sergio Junior. Joel Nascimento. 6 minutes played in the first, and Nascimento misses everything with his 2, and it's rebounded by Jordan Moritz. And Brown trying to get past Daniel Pellicer. Pellicer having none of it and tips the ball out. It'll be an Aussie spinner's ball. 3:52 remaining in the first period. Brown. Here is Laird. Goes inside, great pass, and Brown did well to get the ball, but missed the layup. Sergio Junior had the rebound. Here is Azevedo. Azevedo. Sergio Junior. 7 to shoot for Brazil. Macedo a 3, banks it home. Plinio Macedo from downtown, and the gap is 1 with 3:08 remaining in the first. Ethan Laird, here is Jaylen Brown, who did so well to collect and so quick at the other end. Australia retake a 3-point lead. Sergio Junior, a Wide open, puts up a three, and that's off the back iron. Rebounded by Nascimento. Nascimento in and out, rebounded by Brown. Already 5 rebounds for Jaylen Brown, and here he is on the ball. And Azevedo with great defense. Ball goes out, it'll be a Brazil ball. Gabriel Azevedo with very quick hands and quick thinking from the Brazil number 5, and Brazil will get the ball, trailing by 3 with 2:26 remaining in the first period. Sergio Junior stops to the elbow, puts it up, that's long, gets his own rebound at the same spot, and Pellicer high off the window. Final 2 minutes of the first period. Ethan Laird wide open for 3. That's long. Jaylen Brown an offensive rebound. That's already 5 offensive rebounds now for Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown offensive foul called. .144 remaining in the first period. It's been a very entertaining first 10 minutes of play. Both teams really attacking one another. High octane offense. Both teams shooting around 48% from the field. Sergio Junior, the man who plays his basketball right here in Sao Paulo, just adjusting the strap. And Ethan Laird also needs something. I think he needs to just readjust the wheel, and there he goes. And now the play will restart, and here is Macedo to Sergio Junior. Sergio Junior, a lot of time on the shot clock, 1:30 to go. Sergio Junior, no good with his three-pointer. Brazil right now 1 of 3 from downtown. Here is Brown, Laird, Bond looking for Higgins, but Gabriel Azevedo deflected the pass out of bounds. It will stay with Australia with 7 on the shot clock. Laird puts up a 3, nails it. Big 3, Ethan Laird. He moves on to his first field goal in 3 attempts. Nascimento looking to respond. And it's rebounded by Laird at the other end. Brown, final 45 seconds of the first period. Brown will slow it, putting the moves on Azevedo. Laird collects, and the play will stop as Reese Higgins hits the deck. A Melbourne native, Reese Higgins. Played actually very well in the Oceania Championship last summer. Really contributed to the Australian success, 7-0 in those championships. Did all the intangibles that every coach really likes their player to do. Laird 3, that's short, rebounded by Nascimento. 25 seconds left in the first. Here is Pellicer, here is Macedo, a foul by Jordan Moritz. And that'll be Moritz's first foul. Native of Perth. And a man who actually just finished his second season with the Perth Wheelcats back home in Australia. Here is Azevedo, Sergio Junior. And Laird almost got the steal, and a whistle has gone as Nascimento did have a hold on the ball, and the foul is on Ethan Laird. And Both teams now, well, Brazil are in the penalty and no more fouls to give for Australia with 14.5 on the clock. Sergio Junior, shot clock is now off. Sergio Junior, that's off the back iron, good defense as well from Mitchell Bond. Final seconds of the first, Laird throws it up, smacks the backboard, and an entertaining first 10 minutes here on court number 1 in Sao Paulo comes to a close. Australia lead 19-15 as they look to get off the mark here in the Under-23 World Championships with a victory. And Brazil looking to score their second win of these hometown World Championships and looking to bounce back after defeat to Germany yesterday. Jaylen Brown has 14.7 rebounds already for the Spinners. João Nascimento, 3 of 6 from the field for Brazil. He leads the way with 6. All of Brazil's starting 5 have played all 10 minutes thus far. No substitutions from Paulo dos Santos. As you see in the background, the Australian fans making the long trip from Australia to get here today. And they are in great voice, as are the hometown Brazil fans. Draped in Brazil flags. Yellow and green, the samba. Fun time here in the Paralimpico Sports Hall. Day 3 of the 8th annual Under-23 World Championships. A tournament that started in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And Brazil, for the second time hosting these fantastic World Championships. As we get set to start the second period here in Sao Paulo. Fantastic to have you all on board on the IWBF YouTube channel. If you've just joined us, welcome everybody. Wherever you are across the world, whether you're in Brazil, Australia, or anywhere else, as we start the second period, Daniel Pellicer, mid-range. As the noise intensifies here in the Paralimpico training complex. Part of the Rio 2016 Paralympic legacy. Here is Moritz from the baseline, 5 to shoot. Great defense from Brazil, and a whistle has gone. And the emotion, the raw emotion from Plínio Macedo evident as Brazil get the ball back. Azevedo. Sergio Junior goes for 3. That's off. And rebounded and taken by Australia. Jaylen Brown. And shot is off, and it will go the way of Brazil. Sergio Junior, João Nascimento, Azevedo. Doesn't take many long-range shots, will go a bit closer to the basket. That shot is no good. João Nascimento fighting for it, collects it and saves it. Macedo, 8 to shoot. Macedo, big shot, big bucket. Huge shot, Plínio Macedo. Got to stop at one end, a big shot at the other. Brazil have a 1-point lead. Here is Ethan Laird. Moritz at the baseline, doesn't get it to fall. It's rebounded by Azevedo. And now Brazil looking to push. Sergio Junior, the layup. Time out, Australia. Listen to this place. Two minutes played in the second period, and Brazil have a 3-point lead. Sergio Junior with just his second field goal. And a wise timeout from Brett Stibners, the Australia head coach, as the momentum, everything going the way of the host nation. As we come out of the timeout, and Brazil in the ascendancy, early stages of the second period. And Australia now with Moritz. Here is Laird. Brown at the elbow over Sergio Junior, nails a two. Jaylen Brown ending a 7-0 run there from Brazil. He moves on to 16. Joel Nascimento. Hounded by Brown. Nascimento nearly had it stolen away. Ball is loose. Sergio Junior has it. 5 to shoot. Marcedo a three. That's off. And really good defense from Australia, not allowing Brazil to get any sort of pass out or make any sort of cut to the basket. Laird getting past Marcedo. Marcedo, that's a great pass to Blackmore. Blackmore misses the two. And here comes Pellicer. And Pellicer will slow it down. 3 minutes played in the second period. And the shot is good from Nascimento. Three-point lead for Brazil. Ethan Laird thought about the three, instead goes closer to the basket, sees a gap in the defense, and he will go to the line. That's attacking play, fearless from Ethan Laird. Saw a slither of room inside and took full advantage, was unlucky not to get the score. Coach Dos Santos for Brazil shaking his head, not happy with that defensive sequence. There's Ethan Laird going back to the line, currently 0 of 2 from the stripe, makes the first. As Ethan Laird strings the second, and first substitution will come in for Brazil. Referee is telling well, there's a bit of confusion here as Kevin Collarles was getting instructions from Coach Dos Santos, and there was a signal that there was a substitution incoming, but Dos Santos cancels it. And we go on. Sergio Junior. Junior sees a gap. Azevedo can't hang on. Here is Nascimento. Nascimento, 3 to shoot. They've got to get busy here, Brazil. And a whistle has gone. Nascimento had a lane there to take the shot, decided not to go for it. And a whistle has gone. And Azevedo's day is done. 5 fouls already for Gabriel Azevedo. So Gabriel Azevedo's. And Brown hits the 2. We apologise, we're getting some technical difficulties at the moment. We are working on it. As we come to the halfway point of the second period, as mentioned, Gabriel Azevedo fouled out. And we're not even halfway through the second period. Nascimento doesn't get the 2 to go, and Blackmore with the rebound. Here is Brown. Brown gets it to go. As we enter the halfway point of this first half, Sergio Junior 3. And it's rebounded by Brown. And Jaylen Brown, 1 rebound shy of a double-double. What a bullet pass and a finish from Brown, as the feed there from Laird was crisp. Marcedo, Sergio Junior, Pellicer to Marcedo. Here is Sergio Junior, a 3. That's long. Corrales with the rebound. And Corrales and Brown tangled up. Bullshit. 29-24 in favour of Australia. 4:24 remaining in the half. Sergio Junior, here is Nascimento. Nascimento doesn't get that friendly roll, and Jaylen Brown has his first half double-double. 22 points and 10 rebounds. Still has the ball. Here is Ethan Laird. Laird in and out. And a whistle has gone just before Sergio Junior went to put the layup. We missed it anyway, but Reece Higgins will check in. Here is Marcedo. Over the 6-minute mark in the first half. Here is Nascimento. Strings along 2. Laird to respond. Nails a 3. Ethan Laird from downtown. And Australia have a 6-point lead. Their biggest lead of the contest. Joel Nascimento. Nascimento looking to respond. Laird came to meet him. Sergio Junior, 6 to shoot for Brazil. Sergio Junior puts up a long shot. That's short, rebounded by Pellicer. Pellicer can't get it to fall. Great defense from Brown, and away come the Aussie spinners. And Laird will slow it down. Laird to Brown. Brown inside. Moritz can't get the 2, and a foul has been called before the shot. Brown. Wide open shot. And Moritz collects the loose change but blows the layup. Sergio Junior collects the rebound and brings it up under pressure from Higgins. Great defense from Reese Higgins, but Sergio Junior gets it over the timeline. And Nascimento can't hang on. Mitchell Bond with the steal. Jaylen Brown, another bullet pass to Ethan Laird. And Ethan Laird will head to the free throw line. A great spell this from Australia. Up by 6, their biggest lead of the contest, and now a chance to extend it even further with 2:15 remaining in the first period. Laird strings the first. Averaged 8 points. Averaged 8 points at the last World Championships in Thailand. And makes them both, does Ethan Laird. 2:15 remaining. And it's an 8-point lead for Australia. Sergio Junior. Marcedo. Nascimento puts up a 2, buries it. A much needed score for Brazil and for Joel Nascimento. Nascimento moves on to 12, and at the other end, Jordan Moritz with the 2. Sergio Junior. Sergio Junior sees a gap, goes up and will go to the foul line. Smart play from Sergio Junior. Such a talented, intelligent player. Sergio Junior, second in scoring for Brazil at the last America's Championships, averaged around 13 points, 7 boards and 5 assists a game. His second under 23 World Championships, averaged 8 points and 4 assists in Thailand 4 years ago. Here is Laird to Brown. That was tough, can't get it to fall. And on the follow was Ethan Laird, who is having a fantastic second period thus far. He moves on to 12 on 3 of 9 shooting. Sergio Junior, final minute of the first half, first double-digit lead of the game. It's going the way of Australia. A whistle has gone, and Kevin Corrales is on the floor. Kevin Corrales, like Sergio Junior, plays his basketball here in Sao Paulo. Another one who knows these floors really well. Nascimento off the back iron with his 3. Marcedo does well to collect. Sergio Junior will put it up, and he will go to the line. Sergio Junior with the long-range attempt, and he will head to the stripe. 39.5 to go in the half, and Sergio Junior misses the first, and the free throw woes continue for the host nation, now 0 of 3. And make that 0 of 2, make that 0 of 4. And misses all 3, but an offensive rebound collected by Nascimento. He can't get it to fall. Another offensive rebound from Brazil. That's 8 overall. Nascimento puts up a 3. Well, thought about it. Great defense from Brown. Shot clock at 3. Here is Corrales. Corrales doesn't get it to fall. Shot clock is off, and Australia will get the last shot. Well, you've got to believe we'll get the last shot. Brown will slow it. Methodical. Laird puts it up, and that misses everything. .6 remaining in the first half, and Australia will take a double-digit lead going into the locker rooms. They lead 38-28. It was a close game in the first period, and then Australia broke free after a 7-0 start to this second quarter by Brazil. Australia fought back and finished this period incredibly strongly, and as a result they have a 38-28 lead. Jaylen Brown a double-double, 22 points, 13 rebounds. Ethan Laird with 12 to support. João Nascimento has 12 points, 8 boards for Brazil, but they trail 38-28 at halftime. We'll be back in roughly 12 minutes time. Hello everyone and welcome back to Sao Paulo, Brazil. It is our Group A encounter between Brazil and Australia, and right now Australia with a 38-28 advantage over the host nation as Australia look to claim their first victory in these under-23 World Championships, and Brazil looking to bounce back not just from defeat to Germany but also in this game as well. A warm welcome to everyone on the IWBF YouTube channel. John Hobbs keeping you company here in Sao Paulo. And it's a carnival atmosphere here in the Paralympico Sports Hall as we are moments away from the start of the third quarter. So we are about to get underway for the third period here in the second game on court number one. Australia, as mentioned, looking to get off the mark in the win column, and so far doing a very good job against the host nation Brazil as they lead 38-28. Joel Nascimento with 12 points, 8 boards to lead the way for the host nation. Conversely, Jaylen Brown having an absolute storming encounter himself. 22 points, 13 boards, and on the ball right now. He's played all 20 minutes thus far. Laird, a 3, that's off the back iron. Those two players have been absolutely outstanding in their own right. The only two Australian players that participated in the Paris 2024 Paralympics and have dreams of being in Los Angeles in 2028, and a great bit of defense there from Australia. Here is Ethan Laird, Sergio Junior to meet him. Junior stands his ground. What a pass though from Blackmore, and the finish from Brown. Alexander Blackmore with incredible hustle and everything going Australia's way right now as Giovanni Souza into the game and onto the ball with Nascimento from the foul line. And right now Brazil need a few stops, a few quick scores just to get themselves back into it. As the 2 is short. And away come Brazil. Sergio Junior, a 3. That's off the back iron and rebounded by Brown. 15 rebounds for Jaylen Brown to go with 24 points. What a pass from Brown, and Laird. Again, the ball movement sublime between those two. Reading each other exactly where they're going to go, and Ethan Laird will go to the stripe. Ethan Laird misses the first free throw. Before that, Ethan Laird was 4 of 6 from the stripe in this one. 5 of 9 overall, Australia. Conversely, Brazil 0 of 5, and that will be a Brazil ball. Down 40-30 early doors. Not even 2 minutes played in the third period. Welcome everyone. If you've just joined us on the IWBF YouTube channel, don't forget to follow us all on social media. Lots of behind the scenes content, not just on the IWBF socials, but the CBBC Brazil feeds as well. As a whistle has gone, Jaylen Brown was bumped by Giovanni Souza, and that'll be Giovanni Souza's first foul. Despite being down double digits, the Brazil fans not losing their hope, not losing their voice. They're in incredible sound right now. Brown at the elbow, goes a bit further out, kicks it out. Laird puts up, and a pass to Brown. Brown off the glass, as Ethan Laird was looking like he was going for the three-pointer, but deceived the Brazilian defense, and the pass was crisp to Jaylen Brown, who made no mistake under the hoop. 12-point lead restored. Sergio Junior, here is Marcedo. Nascimento was going to receive the pass, but it was tipped out of bounds by Brown. Here is Nascimento. Sergio Junior. Sergio Junior, a mid-range, that smacks the backboard. There was a lane for him to drive to the hoop, decided against it. Laird on the ball. Laird saw some daylight, but the whistle has gone as Jaylen Brown goes to ground. As Reese Higgins will check in for the Aussie Spinners. And Alexander Blackmore, native of Strathalbyn in southern Australia, heads to the bench. Here is Laird. Laird along the baseline, kicks it out. Brown wide open for three. In and out, rebounded Nascimento. Whistle has gone as Reese Higgins hits to the floor. Very stop-start last minute and a half for both these teams. Of course, following on from this game, tipping off at 4:30 local time on this court. Israel will take on Germany, and over on court number 2, USA taking on Japan as Giovanni misses the two under the basket, and Australia will get the ball that went out of bounds. And another whistle has gone. Reese Higgins now on the floor. Australia, 5 bronze medals to their name in these under-23 World Championships. Really consistent team all through the board. As the shot is up and no good from Mitchell Bond. Ball is loose, it will go out of bounds. It will be a Brazil ball. Nascimento, Sergio Junior, and nearly stolen away, and a little bit rambunctious there from Ethan Laird as he fouls Marcedo. And after a great performance on the opening night, Sergio Junior 2 of 13 from the field in this contest. does have 5 rebounds to his name and 3 assists. Here he is on the ball looking to get going, and the floater is pure. Laird. 4 minutes played in the third quarter. Here is Brown. Passes it out. Laird at the top. A 3. Money. Ethan Laird from downtown. And Australia have a 13-point cushion. Sergio Junior. Inside to Giovanni. Marcedo. 8 to shoot for Brazil. Nearly stolen away. Ball is loose. Australia come up with it. Here is Bond. Led to the basket. Gets it to go. And a foul. Beautiful move from Australia. So quick up the other end. And the fast break points pile up. And a timeout called by Brazil. Australia in the groove, in the ascendancy. And Brazil's backs against the wall. A wise timeout from Paulo dos Santos. And with 5:08 remaining in the third period, this is Australia's biggest lead of the contest. 47-32. As Laird now moves on to 17. And he now also has his double-double. Jaylen Brown and Ethan Laird have been unstoppable today. These two have senior international experience. As mentioned, they played at the Paris 2024 Paralympics and have scored 43 of Australia's 47 points in this contest. But despite trailing, as you saw just previously, the Brazil fans still in great spirits, just enjoying their time following their hometown heroes, proud host nation of these World Championships at under 23 level. For the majority of the players competing this year in all 12 teams, it will be their last dance at this level before they head to the junior level, hopefully with an eye of becoming senior regulars for the the LA Paralympics in 2028. Right now, though, Australia in the ascendancy. Here is Sergio Junior. He'll put up a 3. That's short. Rebounded by Nascimento. And Pellicer with the miss. Here is Brown. Laird. Brown. These two have done the damage for Australia thus far. Lovely pass again from Brown. Laird under all kinds of pressure. And the whistle has gone. And Brazil will get the ball. Australia fans not happy with the decision. Marcedo. Kawan de Silva will check in momentarily for the South American side, and an offensive foul has been called, and Australia will get the ball back. That foul on Matus Carl. As Blackmore will check in as well. Kawan de Silva looks to be heading back to the bench. Dos Santos not intending to use him just yet. Here is Brown. Brown to the basket, goes back out. Lobs it, it's welcomed in by Laird. Laird is money from mid-range. Sergio Junior putting the moves on Blackmore. Marcedo. Nascimento, 5 to shoot for the hosts. Nascimento fading away. Marcedo, good defense from Brown, and away come the spinners. Here is Brown. Looking for Mitchell Bond. Mitchell Bond is marked by Sergio Junior. Ethan Laird is free. Giovanni with the defense. Laird brushes past him, but Giovanni did well to recover. 4 to shoot. Laird airballs the 2. Fantastic defense from Giovanni Souza. And at the other end, Sergio Junior blows the layup. Marcedo not to pick up the loose pieces, but he misses. And Brazil with numerous attempts to get the ball in the basket from close range, not making them count. Mitchell Bond. Blackmore swatted away by Nascimento. Brown past Sergio Junior. He blows the layup. Scrappy sequence from both teams. Here is Marcedo. Marcedo to respond, and does. And the frustration being shown by Ethan Laird as a timeout has been called by Coach Stibners of Australia. Still leading by double figures, but a good spell from the host nation. It's been a scrappy last 2.5 minutes. But Australia still in the ascendancy. .2:23 remaining in the third period. And we mentioned earlier, Australia probably the most decorated medal side in these World Championships at under 23 level, as you see the Brazil fans in your picture. Brazil in their own right with a sole silver medal that they won here in their homeland in 2001, losing out in the final to Canada. USA got the bronze, if you really want to be definite about it. And Australia, bronze medalists back in Thailand in 2021. Of course, Japan, the reigning world champions, as you see. Or earlier you just saw the incredible support from the host nation. It's been a wonderful atmosphere here on court number 1 today. As we near the halfway point of the 8th annual World Championships. And I was going to say the Mexican wave in full effect, but let's call it the Brazilian wave, and the Australian fans joining in as well. And Australia all smiles right now as they look to build on their lead. Kane Downey into the game for Australia. Brown grazes the rim with his mid-range, fading away. Here is Sergio Junior. Sergio Junior analysing what's before him. Looks to drive to the basket, sees a gap, and Nascimento was heavily marked by Blackmore. Shot clock is at 5. Coan de Silva has it. Here is Sergio Junior, and that's airballs and goes out of bounds. And away amongst the support for Brazil and Australia, the competing teams in this World Championship also getting a glimpse of the action here. Great Britain, Israel, who of course will be playing a bit later on here, checking out the action as Blackmore misses under the hoop and rebounded by Nascimento. And Nascimento still has it. Sergio Junior gliding to the basket. Again the miss though. Brazil shooting 30% from the floor. Brown And the foul has been called. Just see what the decision is as Brown and Kawan De Silva collided, and the foul is on Kawan De Silva. That'll be his first foul. As we are now in the final minute of the third period, and Brazil with it all to do. They're now in the penalty, so Jaylen Brown will head to the charity stripe. We mentioned that Australia were flawless 7-0 at the Asia Oceania Championships last season, or last year, excuse me, winning by an average of around 50 points. And Jaylen Brown, the only Australian player to reach 100 points in that competition. 36 points, 11 rebounds in the final against Japan. A dominant player and a regular on the senior stage as well. Here is Marcedo, and there is Brown again with the rebound. That's rebound number 19 for him. One rebound shy of a 2020 game. And with 40.9 seconds remaining, Brown will head back to the stripe. Australia up by 15. Their biggest lead was 17. Brazil have not led in this contest. And Brown misses the first. Great to have you all on board on the IWBF YouTube channel. There's a number of Brazil fans on the CBBC Brazil YouTube feed. If you are local to Brazil and you want to listen to the Portuguese commentary, that's the channel you need to go on. Otherwise, keep it locked here on the IWBF YouTube channel as Brazil look to fight back. They have done before. They were down 8 against Canada. They fought back to win by 10. Don't rule out the host nation yet. 24 seconds remaining, 7 on the shot clock. And the referee's just having a quick word. Our three officials today, Shufei Ho, Mibarka Lebani and Linus Radnikas. And there is a quick check of the video screen from our officials as Australia there in your picture gets a much needed rest as you see the Brazil players currently 1-1 here in Group A. Of course, we're in 2 groups of 6. The top 4 progress to the quarterfinals. All culminating in the final on this very court. And that will take place on Friday the 20th. Seven seconds on the shot clock. Brazil have the ball. Down 16. Sergio Junior, Bond deflects it out of bounds. And it will stay with Brazil. Sergio Junior, shot clock is at 5. Here is Nascimento, a long 2, that smacks the backboard, goes out of bounds. Brazil will have it with 14.9 on the clock. And the shot is up from Nascimento, no good. And away come Australia. Final seconds of the third. And another whistle has gone. Brazil are in the penalty, so Jaylen Brown will return to the stripe. As Brown misses the first. Australia 6 of 15 from the line thus far. And there'll be one more, even though Jaylen Brown missed the free throw. The referees want Brown to retake it. Australia have outscored Brazil in this third quarter 13-6. And previous to that, 19-13 after a very closely fought first 10 minutes. But so far, Australia in the ascendancy as Sergio Junior throws up a Hail Mary, and that ends the third period. And Australia, thanks to Jaylen Brown and thanks to Ethan Laird, are firmly in command. They lead the host nation Brazil 51-34. Jaylen Brown 27 points, 19 rebounds, 6 of those on the offensive side. Ethan Laird with a double-double in his own right, 19 points and 10 assists. The entire starting five contributing to all 51 of Australia's points. Mitchell Bond and Jordan Moritz, the other players to register a field goal, both 1 of 5 from the field. Leading the way for Brazil, João Nascimento with a double-double of 14 points and 13 rebounds. But at one point in the second period, Brazil was shooting 47% from the floor, and now going into the fourth period, their field goal percentage has plummeted to 29. And right now, they need some good shots, good looks. They need to execute their offense and really challenge the Aussie spinners going into the final 10. But Australia lead 51-34. A competition that has certainly produced the best of the wheelchair basketball world. Players such as Greg Warburton of Great Britain, Steve Sirio of the United States, Sabri Bezzetti of Italy. And we start the fourth period here.
1 minute.
Here is Nascimento, Sergio Junior. Sergio Junior, here is Nascimento. Nascimento short with the 2, and it's rebounded by Brown. Brown now with a 20 rebound game, as well as having 28 points. He's played all 30 minutes thus far. Brown goes for the layup. The Brazil fans want the game to stop because Sergio Junior is on the floor. Brazil fans really not happy with that, but the 2 will stand. As we continue on, and here is Sergio Junior to Marcedo. Marcedo puts up a 3, that's off. Brown with the rebound, and now Australia in transition. Ethan Laird couldn't hang on, still has it though. Moritz with the screen, pick and roll not used. Here is Moritz, and Laird will reset. Now Laird from the wing, a three, strings it. Everything is going Australia's way. After a closely contested first 10 minutes, it's been all Australia. Nascimento to respond. Could that be the three-pointer that ignites the host nation? Here is Brown. Brown so dominant, and a foul. What a game Jaylen Brown has had as he misses the extra free throw. 30 points, 21 rebounds. A dominant clinic from the Aussie number 3. Here is Nascimento. Brazil just haven't had an answer to him as Sergio Junior misses the three from the wing. Brown lobs it to Laird. Laird can't hang on. Laird grimacing as he, I think, connected the ball, his finger and his wheel, but he'll be okay. Ethan Laird, tougher than a $2 steak, will plough on as substitutions come in for Brazil, for Australia. Nascimento a three off the back iron. And Sergio Junior with the steal. Here is Kawan da Silva. Bond looked to get the steal, and Kawan da Silva will go to the stripe. In the earlier Australia substitution, Reece Higgins and Zach Binns checking in. And Jaylen Brown with his first rest of the contest. An absolutely dominant display from Jaylen Brown in this one. 32 points, 22 rebounds as Kawan da Silva makes the first free throw. Kawan da Silva, such a hard-working player, loves to guard the team's or opposition team's best player. A fearless competitor. As he misses the second, and Binns with the rebound. 20-point advantage to Australia, and Ethan Laird zipping down the lane and gets it to go. Ethan Laird too quick for Matus Carl. Sergio Junior. And right now Australia coasting. Da Silva inside. Da Silva can't get it to fall. It's rebounded by Bond. Here is Laird. Deflected by Macedo. Picked up by Da Silva. And Nascimento with the finish. Here is Binns. Binns to the elbow. Here is Blackmore all alone. And that's Alexander Blackmore's first field goal. Sergio Junior to Nascimento inside. Nascimento again. And Brazil getting some points on the board, getting some good looks, but defensively just have no answer to Australia's offensive prowess, both in the fast break and in the half court. Here is Binns. Matus Carl to meet him. Here is Laird with Kawan da Silva on him. Now they switch and Nascimento picks him up. Laird gets past him. Laird is fouled, and the foul is on Kawan da Silva, and it'll be an end-line ball to the Brazilians, or excuse me, to the Australians. 5:44 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Of course, following on from this on court number 1, Israel will take on Germany. And the United States of America take on Japan over on court number 2. In our last 2 games of the day, as Laird was looking for a foul, nothing doing, and Brazil will have the ball. And Laird will make his way to his feet. And Brazil will get the ball. Nearing the halfway point, and Laird with the steal. Miscommunication between Kawan da Silva and Sergio Junior. Laird. And a tough shot from Binns. He will go to the line as Matus Carl with the foul. That'll be his second. And right now, Brazil look a little discombobulated at the moment. Nothing seems to be working in the last few possessions as Binns misses the first. A newcomer to this Australian under-23 squad, Zach Binns. Seeing some good minutes here in this contest with Australia up by 20. But he misses them both. Nascimento with the rebound. Nascimento, he's had a fantastic game for Brazil as Sergio Junior rattles it in. Sergio Junior, only his 4th field goal in 21 attempts. He has 8 points, 6 rebounds for Brazil. Here is Binns, Blackmore in support. Higgins with the screen. There is Laird. Laird can't get it to fall, gets his own rebound. And Ethan Laird heads to the stripe. As group substitution now for Brazil. Downey comes back into the game, and for the first time we will see Cooper Spillane and Evander Conroy for the Aussie Spinners. Evander Conroy, another debutant to the national team, and Cooper Spillane, a native of Adelaide, who just finished his first year in the Australian National League with the Perth Wheelcats. As Laird makes the second free throw, and with 4:43 remaining, Australia firmly in the ascendancy, but never count the host nation out as Nascimento strings a 3. And Australia really struggling to get the ball over the timeline, and a turnover as Sergio Junior picks up the loose change. Here is Nascimento. Nascimento is short. It's rebounded by Laird. Kawan da Silva looks to meet him. Laird with the pass. That was a beautiful pass to Spillane. Ball is loose. Ball goes out of bounds. And it will stay with the Aussies. 3:59 remaining. And Australia well on their way to claiming their first victory of these World Championships. And a first score of the game for Cooper Spillane, doing Adelaide proud. Nascimento, nearly stolen. Beautiful pass from Sergio Junior, and the finish from Mercado. Plinio Marcedo, with the finish under the hoop. And it's a 66-49 lead for Australia. 3:33 remaining, and the pass there from Laird, that was uncharacteristic and smacks Evander Conroy, and goes out of bounds. Sergio Junior, one of the rarest mistakes of Australia in this game in what has otherwise been a flawless performance. There's a three-pointer, no good from Sergio Junior, but the follow is good from Nascimento. 12 offensive rebounds for Brazil in this one. Their 7th second chance point as Mitchell Bond couldn't hang on, and now Brazil with another opportunity. Down 15, they've trailed by as many as 20 in this fourth period. Here is Nascimento. Nascimento off the glass, agonizingly falls out, but Joel Nascimento will go to the line. Coach Stibner's still having faith in his second and third string. Still an incredibly talented Australia side, really a glimpse into the future at this level and in the senior team as well. And all good experience as the group phase continues and we enter the knockout phase in the final few days of this tournament. Australia would love to be there, as would Brazil, the host nation, as Marcedo off the window. And again, the defense stifling from Brazil, and another turnover. Marcedo. And Sergio Junior couldn't hang on, and a whistle has gone. And the call goes against Brazil. Foul has been called on Kawanda Silva, and that'll be his fourth foul off the bench. Australia will get free throws as Brazil now in the penalty. Timeout called, 2:19 remaining, and a 13-point lead for the Australians, who has led by as many as 22 points in this contest. But since Jaylen Brown and Ethan Laird, or since Jaylen Brown went to the bench, Brazil have fought back and have reduced the lead from 20 to 13 with 2:19 remaining, and outside hope, but hope nonetheless. And remember, Brazil were trailing by as many as 8 at numerous stages in their opener against Canada and came back to win by 10 in that contest. As you see this spectacular venue, the Paralimpico Sports Hall, the training complex, part of the Rio 2016 Legacy Project, housing so many different sports. Next door, we've got football, a football pitch, judo, table tennis, as well as 2 world-class basketball courts, which are being utilized here for these World Championships. And we have been welcomed with open arms. It's been such a friendly welcome by all the staff, all the volunteers here, as well as the incredible people that make Sao Paulo one of the most inviting, kindest cities on the planet, the biggest city in South America. And their heroes right now, unfortunately, trailing. Right now, the Australians have been sublime all game long. As the 3 is up, the 3 is long from Sergio Junior. Led the lob, it's collected by Spillane. Spillane, beautiful pass from Spillane, and the finish wanting from Bond. The whistle has gone. The Brazilian fans are not happy. As Brazil will let the ball roll, the clock will now start. Sergio Junior with it. Marcedo. Marcedo looking for help, finds it in Nascimento from the elbow. That's off the back iron. Conroy batting it, and a whistle has gone as Kawanda Silva and Laird were fighting for it. Referee's just having a chat. Remember, Kawanda Silva on 4 fouls. Gabriel Azevedo already fouled out in the second period, and that will be a 5th foul on Kawanda Silva, so he will head out to the bench as Kevin Colares will come into the game. And Marcedo will head to the bench as well. And also coming in to the game, the number 13, Pedro Soares. And a timeout has been called by Brazil coach Dos Santos, much to the dismay of the Australian fans to my right, as their victory celebration. And it's got to be said, it's now going to be a victory for Australia, unless an absolute miracle happens. But their celebratory party for tonight is just delayed a little bit thanks to the Brazil coach Paulo dos Santos. But despite being down, you can just see briefly on the right-hand side of your screen the Brazil fans in great voice. They've enjoyed every moment of this game. It's not gone their way, granted, but they've been supporting their hometown heroes. There they are. The drums, the flags, the mascots. They're just having fun here in Sao Paulo. And this is what it's all about. This is what the IWBF Under-23 World Championships are all about. We saw it yesterday with the South African players dancing and singing with the Great Britain fans. And this is what makes the sport of wheelchair basketball so memorable, so exciting, so thrilling. It's not just the excitement on the court, it's the joy that it brings off it as well. As Laird makes the second free throw, and Matheus Carl will now come out, and Plinio Marcedo comes back in, or at least we think so. And Matheus Carl will come back in. Marcedo would have still had the total number of classification points up to 14, so I think it was just he didn't call the scorer's table to get himself onto the floor as Colares misses the 2 under the hoop. Spillane, Laird, putting the moves on Sergio Junior. And Australia will eat away as much of the shot clock as possible. Here is Downey, back to Laird. Shot clock is at 5. Laird, a 3. No, he doesn't get the 3 to go. That looked to be going in, but rattled out. And a 3 from Nascimento, no good. Spillane the rebound. And final 45 seconds. And Australia will get the win at the second attempt. They are off and running. The shot, the floater is no good from Mitchell Bond. Brazil will continue to push, continue to play regardless of the result, regardless of their fate. Here is Sergio Junior, Nascimento. 8 to shoot for Brazil. Nascimento puts it in. João Nascimento. He will end this game with 28 points, 18 rebounds. But as the seconds tick by, Ethan Laird puts the ball on the floor. That will do it. Australia off the mark here in Sao Paulo. They defeat the host nation Brazil 68-55. Brazil slumped their second straight loss in Group A. They head to 1-2, but a spirited performance from them. But thanks to a monster game from Jaylen Brown, Australia come away with the win. Brown with 32 points, 23 rebounds. Ethan Laird with the support of 27 points and 11 assists. But this is Australia's day as Brazil head back to the drawing board. They are 1-2 in Group A. Australia improve to 1-1. Thank you so much for joining us on the IWBF YouTube channel. On this court, coming soon, will be Israel against Germany, and Japan and the United States getting it underway over on court number 2. But from me, John Hobbs, have a good evening, everyone. Have a pleasant day wherever you are. And don't forget, Israel, Germany will be coming up soon.